If you're seeing this, don't scroll, just stop for a moment, because this might be one of those moments that actually matter more than you think. And I know you didn't come here looking for this. You were just scrolling, just passing time like you always do. But something made you pause, something made you stay. And that feeling right there is not random, because most of the time you would have kept going without even thinking twice, but this time you didn't. And that means something, because lately life hasn't felt completely right for you. Something feels off, something feels different. Maybe you can't explain it clearly, but you feel it, especially when you're alone with your thoughts. When everything gets quiet and your mind starts asking questions you usually avoid. Questions about your direction, your purpose, your choices, and even who you're becoming. And those thoughts are uncomfortable, so you try to distract yourself. You scroll more, you stay busy, you tell yourself everything is fine, but deep down you know something needs to change, something isn't aligned anymore, and ignoring that feeling doesn't make it go away, it just delays it. And I need you to understand something important. The discomfort you're feeling right now is not here to confuse you. It's here to wake you up. Because before anything in your life changes externally, something has to shift internally. And that shift always feels uncomfortable. It feels like uncertainty. It feels like being lost. It feels like not knowing what's next. But that's exactly where growth begins. And most people never reach that point, because they run away from it. They choose comfort over change. They choose distraction over awareness. And that's why they stay stuck. Not because they can't change, but because they refuse to face what needs to change. And I know you don't want that. I know you don't want to look back months or years from now and realize you're still in the same place, feeling the same way, wishing you had taken action when you had the chance, because chances like this don't come often. Moments where something inside you tells you to stop and pay attention, to actually think about your life instead of just living it on autopilot. And maybe that's what this is for you. Maybe this is your moment to wake up, not in a dramatic way, not overnight, but in a real, honest way, where you start becoming more aware of how you're living your life, the habits you're repeating, the decisions you're making, the things you're avoiding, because awareness is where everything starts. Once you become aware, you can't go back to ignoring it. You start seeing things differently, you start thinking differently, and slowly, your actions begin to change. And that's how transformation really happens, not all at once, but step by step, decision by decision. And I know it's easy to say, I'll do it later, I'll figure it out tomorrow. But tomorrow turns into next week turns into next month. And before you know it, nothing has changed, and you're still waiting for a moment that never comes. Because the truth is, there is no perfect moment. There is only now. There is only this moment. The one you're in right now. And what you decide to do with this moment matters more than you realize. Because your life is being shaped by what you choose today, not what you plan to do someday. And I'm not saying you need to change everything right now. I'm not saying you need to have your entire life figured out. You just need to take one honest step. One step in the direction you know you should be going. Whether that means letting go of something that's holding you back, starting something you've been putting off, fixing a habit that's slowly damaging you, or simply being more intentional with your time, because small changes create big results over time. And the sooner you start, the sooner things begin to shift. And I know it's scary. I know you're thinking, what if I fail? But what if you don't try? What if you stay the same? What if you keep ignoring this feeling, this moment, this message, and nothing changes? Because staying the same is also a risk, a bigger one, because it guarantees that your life will stay exactly as it is. And I don't think you want that. I think you want more. I think you want clarity, growth, direction, purpose, and those things don't come from waiting. They come from action, even small action, even imperfect action, and maybe that's why you're here right now. Maybe this message found you for a reason. Maybe this is your moment to stop running, to stop ignoring, to stop telling yourself later, and actually start paying attention to your life. Because you have more control than you think, more power than you realize, but only if you use it. Only if you stop ignoring what you already know deep down is true. So don't scroll past this. Don't go back to autopilot. Don't let this moment pass like all the others. Take a breath, slow down, and ask yourself honestly, what is one thing I know I need to change right now? And whatever answer comes to your mind first, don't ignore it, because that's where everything starts. And this moment right here could be the beginning of something completely different for you, but only if you decide to listen.